trend that is mentioned in the video?
Self-service.
Self-service.
Self-service. All right, guys. Excellent. Thank you. Now we can check attendance. Let's take advantage of the time and let me read the list to check who is connected to our class. Okay, so I'm going to turn off the camera just for a moment. Right, Gerson Arismendi. Okay, not here. Jean-Claude Barrera. Jean-Claude is not connected. Oh, yes. Yes, Jean-Claude, I see you here, but I cannot hear you. I don't hear your voice. All right, Jessit Calderon. Jessit is here. Jessit is not connected today. All right, Natalia Camargo.
Present, teacher.
Okay, thank you. Brian Cordero. Okay, Brian. All right. Andrés Correa.
Hi, teacher, present.
Okay. Silvia Cuellar.
Hi, teacher, present.
Hello. Okay. Elkin Fernandez.
Present, teacher.
Okay, Elkin, thanks. Julián Figueroa.
Hello, teacher, present.
All right, thank you. Ginette Fontecha. Ginette is not here. Carlos Galán.
Present, teacher.
All right, thank you. Mabel Gamboa.
Present, teacher.
All right. José Alejandro Gómez.
I'm here, teacher.
Okay, thank you. Julie Lizeth Liscano.
Present, teacher.
Okay. And Lizeth Carolina Tarazona.
Present, teacher.
Okay, thank you. All right, guys, perfect. So now after watching the video and taking attendance, checking the attendance for the class, we're going to start with our main focus for today's lesson, which is to learn how to create a report. So what's the correct or the structure that we need to use to create a report. Remember, this is included in the writing task for the final test, for the final exam. In the writing part, you are going to write an essay, and in the second part, you are going to write either a review, a report, or a letter, okay? So today we will focus on the structure to write a report, okay? So we're going to start with a short activity from Wordwall, those kind of games that we have used in the past, where you're going to have some time to classify the correct sentence to each part of this report, right? So in conclusion, what is the purpose of the report on the whole, or my information is taken from where? So let's try to match it to the introduction, the positive effects, negative effects, and conclusion. So to the blue sentences that we have, okay? The sentences that highlighted, you are going to match them to the correct phrase, okay? So let's have some minutes. It's not a very long activity, just 3-5 minutes to check the activity, and then we'll continue, okay? All right, guys, let's socialize your answers quickly, okay? Let's read the report, and we'll check the answers as we go. So let's start reading. Maybe Maveli, you can read the introduction, please.
Introduction. The aim of the report is to look at the effects that household appliances have had on our life and our planet over the last 50 years. 50 years. My source include facts and figures from several recent newspaper reports.
Newspaper reports. Okay, just sit. Hello. I will put your attendance in a moment. So for the first, the aim of this report, what's the corresponding sentence?
The purpose of this report is.
Yes, the purpose of this report. And the other one, my sources include facts and figures from several recent newspapers.
My information is taken from.
Very good. My information is taken from. Okay, let's read the second paragraph. So the positive effects. Julian, can you read the second paragraph? Sorry. Positive
Okay.
effects.
Positive effects in general. Household appliances have helped us save time. They are efficient and reliable today. 50% less time is spent on housework and cooking than in 1965. As a result, people have more free time.
All right. So in general, what's the sentence?
On the wall,
On the whole,
the second,
this one,
yes.
this one.
Because if you choose the first one,
Yes, it's because of the capital letter.
yes.
You start the sentence. All right, thank you. Now the third paragraph, so the negative effects. Maybe Carlos?
Yes, teacher. The negative effects. Generally speaking, domestic energy use has increased by 18% since the 1970s. Back then, people used to use an average of 12 applications. But we have
sorry,
more
appliances. Modern appliances.
Appliances. Okay. But we have more modern appliances in our houses today. This means we are using more natural resources and polluting the environment more than in the past.
More than in the past. So, what is the option? Again, on the whole?
Yes, on the whole thing.
Yes. All right. Let's continue with Silvia. You can read the conclusion, please.
Wait, teacher, I can see. Wait a minute. Oh, how can I? Wait, teacher, because I can see. I need to. Okay. Conclusion. Do some household appliances have made our life easier? However, we should also try to think about the environment when we use them. I would recommend that appliances are unplugged.
Unplugged. We say unplugged.
Unplugged when not in use. That way, we will save money and protect the environment.
All right, good. So to sum up, it's the same as or similar to?
This is the conclusion.
Yes, in conclusion. And I would recommend that we say, I suggest that. Okay, let's check. Oh, so it was the opposite. Yeah, here it was difficult to know which one. All right, guys, good. So that is a short introduction to our topic. So we're going to check what is a report, what's the structure, and we'll read some examples before you can work in groups writing your own report, okay? So to start, a report is a formal piece of writing similar in tone to an essay, right? So a report must include some formal language. It's not casual, it's not informal, okay? So in the case of this exam, the FCE, reports are always written to a superior, so a teacher, the evaluator, the director. So you should use a respectful tone, okay? A report analyzes a present situation and can include recommendations, is clearly divided into sections and contains facts, okay? So real information that you can check with sources. It needs to be factual information, okay? This is written in a formal style, as we said before, and we use headings or titles for each section. So each section should be clearly divided, okay? So that is the basic, most basic definition of a report, okay? Now let's check the structure. How can we write a report? So the first part is the introduction, where we always need to include the purpose of the report is to what? To describe, to summarize, to analyze, whatever the purpose is, you need to state it in the introduction, okay? Then you have the subheading or the subtitle plus the paragraph, so you give relevant facts. Another paragraph, again with the subheading, giving other facts, other relevant facts. And finally, you have the conclusion, often including some recommendations, okay, or your final thoughts, right? So this is the basic structure of a report. Oh, just allow me just a second, guys. Yes, Julian, tell me.
Teacher, sorry, could you put the previous slide for a while? The first one?
The first one again, all right.
The previous slide.
Yes.
Already, teacher, thank you.
All right, good. So that's the definition. Then we have a structure. We're going to start analyzing each step to write a report, including the examples. So we'll read the recommendation and then check some examples, okay? So the first step is to find the key point, the topic, and the target reader. So you will always be given a little piece of information in which you need to recognize or identify what's the key elements, what are the key elements, the topic, and who is going to read your report, okay? So those things are important to identify, okay? You need to start writing your report by finding these key points, the subject, and the person to whom you are writing. ¿A quién le estás escribiendo? To whom you are writing, okay? So let's read the brief or the instruction that is given for us to write the report. Let's see, Natalia, can you read this box here, the instruction?
Yes, teacher.
Okay.
Last year, a new sport and leisure center opened in your hometown. You have recently received the following letter from the manager
Manager.
of the center. I'm writing to all members of the active leisure club to thank you for your costume over the last year. We want to make the facilities even better this year. Please send a short report to us telling us the best and worst aspects of the club, of the club.
Of the club. Club.
Okay. We also want to hear your suggestions for new facilities.
All right. Yes. So here you can identify the topic is that the active leisure club wants to make their facilities better, to improve facilities. Remember what are facilities? What's the meaning of facility in Spanish?
Instalaciones.
Instalaciones, yes. So this club wants to improve their facilities. What are the main points for the report? You are describing the best aspects, the worst aspects of the club, and suggestions for the new facilities. So we have three key points, okay? And who is going to read this report is the manager from the center, okay? So then we identified what's the topic, what are the key points that we need to include in the report, and also who is the target reader, which is in this case is the manager of the center, okay? So that's step number 1. Now let's check step number 2. So can you help me read maybe Jose? You can read all the information for the title.
Great teacher. Step 2, title. Although the title is not obligatory, it is certainly an attractive addition and could be something like report on plus topic. Topic plus a report. If you remember in the previous step, step 1, we found the topic. Topic, active leisure club wants to improve their facilities. Let's use it now. Title, report on active leisure club facilities. And title, active leisure club facilities, a report.
All right, good. So in this case, I don't know if you remember in the review that we did for movies. I don't know, I did with the other group or you did with Sandy, I forget. Well, in reviews, generally you need to have like catchy information, maybe something attractive or funny, yes? In reports, this is not necessary, okay? A report is something much more straightforward and focused on the facts. So here the title simply can be report on this topic or the topic plus a report, okay? That is it. Very simple, but it helps us to organize, to create a structure for the report, okay? So that's the title. Then let's talk about the introduction, okay? So a good introduction should contain 2 main things. First, you need to include the purpose. I'm going to underline here the purpose of the report as clearly as possible. This gives the reader a clear idea of what to expect from your report and set the tone for the rest of the text, okay? The purpose, you can define it with the points that you found before. In this case, we are focused on the example. So the purpose for this example will be to describe the best aspects, the worst aspects, and to suggest new facilities, okay? That is the purpose of this report, okay? Let's read the purpose here. Jean-Claude, can you help me read the rest of it? Let's use them now.
Teacher,
Yes. Hello. I hear you.
let's use them now.
Mhm.
The purpose of this report is to outline the best point 1 and worst parts point 2 of our club, as well as to recommend improvements to the facilities point 3.
Okay, continue, please.
Finally, you mentioned how you collected the data for your report. This is not something that you have to do, but it can help your report stand out a little bit. The purpose of this report is to outline the best and worst parts of our club, as well as to recommend improvements to the facilities. The data for the report was collected based on the opinions of club members. Source.
All right, good. So that's the introduction. To state the purpose, in this case, outline the best and worst part of the club and recommend improvements to the facilities. Then we can mention where we got or collected our data from, or our data from. The data was collected based on opinions of club members, okay? In this case, all right? That's the basics. Those are the basics for an introduction of a report, okay? All right, that's the step 3. Let's continue with step number 4. Now this is the main content of the report, so the body paragraphs, okay? Let's take a look. So in this part, you should answer the key main points. We defined the points before. Now you're going to answer those key points, okay? Under suitable subheadings. So that's very important in a report to always include the subtitle or the subheading, okay? And each is placed in a separate section or paragraphs. So each key point, if you have 3, then you have to write 3 different paragraphs and add 3 different subheadings, okay? In this case, is the best aspects of the club, the worst aspects of the club, okay? So you need to separate them very clearly. Brian, can you read the first paragraph? The best aspects of the club.
Yes, teacher.
Okay. It's very loud. I cannot hear you very well.
In the main concept, you should answer the main 5 key points that you discovered in the class. See step 1. Under suitable subheadings, and each is placed in a separate section paragraph. The best aspect of the club. Add a heading. Most members seem to join the swimming pool with its daily water exercise. Classes and the opportunity to swim in 5 water lines. It also appears that offering a child care program is appreciated by the majority of our members, since many of them have family, but still want to use the facilities of the club.
All right. Okay, you can stop there. You answer the first key point, the best aspects, okay? The best aspects are daily exercise, swimming pool, and they can swim 50-meter lane, the childcare program, and well, those are the best points, the best aspects of the swimming, of the club, sorry. Then there's the worst aspects of the club, according to the members. Liscano, can you read the worst aspects, please?
The worst aspect of the club. According to the most of the members I have spoken to, the cafe does not meet their expectations with below average food and slow service. Another problem is the state of the gymnasium, which in general is avoided by many because of breaking equipment and a lack of staff during a peak time.
During peak times.
Teacher?
Yes. Yes. Okay. So those are the worst aspects. They do not, the cafe does not meet their expectations. So they don't like the cafe in the club because the food is not good and the service is slow. Other problem is the state of the gym or the gymnasium, which is avoided by them because the equipment is broken and there is no staff, no workers during peak times, okay, como horas pico, las horas muy concurridas, okay? So those are the best and the worst aspects of the club. Let's focus here in blue, highlighted in blue, we have some formal or indirect language, okay? So most members seem to enjoy. It also appears that, so here we don't say, I think, or I know, right? No, we are using more formal, indirect language. It is thought, it is appreciated by most people, or according to most members, in general, is avoided, okay? So more formal language. And then we also have the transitional words. So conjunctions, expressions like and, since, but still. Another problem is which, because of, and yes, Julian, tell me.
Teacher, sorry, I cannot see the color blue. Could you
Oh, okay.
highlight it
I'm
for
sorry.
me? Another
I'm
color.
so sorry. Let me put it here. So is green okay or red?
Yes, yes, green is okay. Red,
Okay.
what
Not
is the red?
really. Okay. This one are in blue, the formal or indirect language. Okay.
If you don't say that, if you don't mention but have a color blue, I
No, not at all.
I
Nothing.
don't realize.
Okay, yes. And the yellow is okay for you? The
Yes, yes,
yellow?
yes.
Okay. So yeah, what we have here underlined, it's considered like formal or more indirect language, which is appropriate when writing reports. Okay?
Okay, teacher, thank you.
All right, good, excellent. Well, here it's also in blue. I will underline them later. Here it's the conclusion, okay? Then the final part, the conclusion. In the conclusion, after we write the entire content, we only have to summarize, and here we can include a few suggestions or recommendations, okay? To do this, we have some specific language that can be used to persuade the manager of the center to accept our idea and to implement it, okay? So let's read the conclusion and then we will check what's the persuasive language and the suggestions, okay? Let's see, maybe Jessit, you can read the paragraph, suggestions and conclusions.
Okay, teacher. Suggestion and conclusion. In the final analysis, the best solution seems to be to improve the quality of the menu and the service at the coffee, as well as the maintenance schedule and number of staff at the gymnasium. If manager is decided to follow recommendation, the experience of members will improve.
Okay, the experience of the members will improve. Okay, let's see. So in the conclusion, we have the best solution seems to be to improve the quality of the menu. Those are our suggestions. And the service at the cafe, as well as to maintain the schedule and the number of staff at the gym. If the manager is decided to follow recommendation, the experience of the members would improve, okay? So let's underline here. We have, sorry, the persuasive language is the best solutions seem to be, right? Persuasive language. Or if the manager is decided to follow the recommendations, this would improve the experience of members, okay? And then we can give the solutions, the suggestions, sorry. You include your suggestions here to improve the quality of the menu and the service at the cafe, as well as maintaining schedule and number of staff at the gymnasium, okay? So the conclusion is the moment when you summarize all the info and when the case applies to give a recommendation, okay? Because in some cases, in some reports, you don't need to include any recommendations, okay? It depends on the situation. All right, so to finish here, and we'll continue with some tips, some important or useful phrases, and then you are going to write your own reports today. Okay, so a report is a formal paper. It needs to be concise, well organized, which is recommended to use bullet points. These are bullet points, okay? Remember, these are called bullet points, okay? So it is recommended to use bullet points and headings so that the reader can quickly find the information in your text, in your report. So remember that is basic for the structure of a report is to put the subtitles so that the reader can identify the information quickly, okay? The language of a report is expected to be formal and objective. For this reason, we should avoid to include ourselves in the views in most of the sentences, okay? So it cannot be such a personal text like, I think, or in my opinion, it's better. No, so try always to keep it objective and quite formal, okay? So here it's recommended to say, I suggest, I would like to suggest. This can be done at the end, like in the recommendations, but not throughout the whole text. So you just need to select where to include your opinion, but in general, it should be more objective, okay? So some useful vocabulary, let's read it together. Let's see, maybe Lisette Tarazona. The introduction, Lisette, the introduction vocabulary.
Okay, teacher, the goal of the report. The aim of this report is to, as request, I am writing this report too. This report aims to outline, assess. Okay. And the purpose behind this report is to.
Okay, good. So you can use these phrases to start your report that you will write today. So the aim of this report is, this report aims to, okay, or the purpose behind the report is to do this, okay? Now the recommendations. Let's see, Andres. Please read the recommendation sentences.
Right, teacher. I suggest, recommend. I would like to suggest, or last recommend. I therefore suggest. I advise you not to. I believe that it will be beneficial. It will be advisable to. You may wish / want to consider. If you wish to, you should. If we wish to, we ought to.
All right. Yes. So I therefore suggest. I believe it would be beneficial. It would be advisable. Sería recomendable. You may wish to do this or you want to consider this. And finally, the conclusion. So let's see. Mabel, read the sentences for the conclusion, please.
Conclusions. Prove that recommendations are taken into consideration in conclusion. From the research, one can conclude that.
All right, so provided that these recommendations are taken into consideration, in conclusion is the most basic one that we can use, or from the research, from the information gathered, one can conclude that, okay? So that's useful vocabulary that you can apply to your written reports. Okay, guys, so before I go and explain to you the part of the report, I want to tell you about the project's presentation for tomorrow. You see my screen?
Yes, teacher.
Yes,
Okay,
teacher.
good.
Yes.
So we'll start in the first part of the class together with group number 1. So be ready to project your slides to present it in the Zoom meeting. Please turn on your cameras while you are speaking. So you need to be in a quiet space. Try to not have interruptions. I know, well, sometimes this is difficult, but for the moment of your presentation, at least try to not be surrounded by other people or a lot of noise. So we can go, the presentations can run smoothly and they are like, they're developed well, okay? So try to not have any distractions or loud noises while you are giving your presentation. So you will turn on your camera, project your slides on the screen for everyone. And after you finish, we are going to have a round of questions, or I will ask you guys for your opinion on that topic, okay? So let's say there are not many questions, so then I will ask for your opinion on the certain topic that we are discussing, okay? So that is about the projects. Is it clear? Do we have any questions regarding this?
Teacher,
Yes?
the presentation is only 4 minutes, right?
Yes, it can be, we have an estimate of 5 to maximum like 7, because we are taking into account your presentation plus the discussion and the questions, okay? So let's try to keep it between 5 and 7. Let me do the math. So we have 100 minutes in class. Yes, let's say maximum 10 for everything. So you will have like 5 or 6 for your presentations, and then 2-3 minutes for discussion, okay?
Okay, teacher, thank you.
All right, so that is why we divided the group in 2, so we have enough time to hear your presentations. I don't want you to cut them so short because, well, I know you did a research and you have your slides, so don't worry if the presentation is like 6 or 7 minutes. That's okay. And then we have a short time to have some discussion. Okay. All right. Any other question? Remember, this is individual. I already checked, or I already know all of your topics except for Brian, the new student. So I hope that you are ready and that you don't have any questions regarding the projects, okay? So if you have
Teacher,
questions, yes,
I have a question. I
tell me.
was working. I was working on a project thematic with my last course.
Yes.
So to change the um, the thematic.
Okay, what is the topic?
What?
What is the topic? ¿Cuál es el tema? What's the topic?
The topic was about the minimum dose of
Okay,
substance.
I understand. I understand. What happens, Brian, is that we already have 2 presentations about that topic, okay? Andres and Yesid. So it's like, well, too much about that topic. We already have 2. So I will tell you what the topics are. So we already have topics of AI, the artificial intelligence, okay? We have about the minimum doses in Colombia. You have about body positivity. We have about animal testing. We have about working long hours, like exploitation. Yes, Julian, and that's your topic.
Teacher, how about the legal use or guns?
Okay, yes, that is interesting, and there's no topic about that, so you can do that.
Yes, I take it.
All right, good, thank you. So that's your topic. Excellent. All right, guys.
Teacher,
Yes.
sorry, I have a question about the
Yes.
presentation. The person who is doing the presentation must have the camera on, but what about the others one? Just the person who is doing the presentation or
Yeah,
everyone?
while the presentation, you are doing your presentation, you have the camera on. The others, no, okay? But
Oh, okay.
I do want the others to be attentive, because I will ask questions at random, okay, about the topic, or to ask for your opinion on the arguments, whether you agree or disagree, okay?
Okay, teacher.
All right. Okay, guys, good. So now let me explain what are we doing for the rest of the class. And that is a report. You are going to work in groups. It can be quite challenging with the time that we have. So I need everyone to be super participative in the activity and to work all together, okay? So I don't want only one student or two working and the others are not, because it's quite a long activity for you to work on. So everyone needs to be doing something for the topic, okay? So I'm going to send you the link. You can download the document, create your copy, and upload it. This is only one document for a group, okay? En este solo tendremos un documento por grupo, all right? Let's take a look. We have 13 students, so I think we will have around 3 groups, okay? So we are going to write a report on the history of call centers. So in groups, write a report in the history on the history of call centers. Follow the guidelines. Write between 140 and 160 words. This is the same that you're going to write, the same amount of words in the exam, okay? It's not the same topic, but it's the same amount of words, okay? So I give you some instructions for the introduction. Begin with a clear introductory paragraph that gives context and introduces the topic of your report. You can include a question to capture the reader's attention and state the purpose of the report and what the reader can expect to learn from this text, okay? So the purpose and introducing the context. Then we have the main body would be in 3 paragraphs, okay? The first paragraph is the emergence of call centers. So what was the first call center and their purpose? The second paragraph is the golden age. Remember the video talked about the golden age of call centers. So this was in the 1980s. Why did they grow so fast? What were the factors that contributed to the expansion of call centers? Then the digital transformation will be paragraph 3. So from traditional call centers to digital platforms. And then, of course, start each paragraph with the clear topic and add the subtitles for that each section. In the conclusion, you summarize the key points discussed before, okay? So those are my instructions. Some tips Provide historical information, some facts, details to support your points. Use transition words like first, second, furthermore, in addition. Maintain a objective tone throughout the report. This is just to restate, es parafrasear lo que dijimos en la introducción, en la conclusión. Restate the history of call centers and why it's important to understand this topic, and avoid including new information in the conclusion. Remember that the conclusion is only to summarize what was said before, not to include new information, okay? And then you have, I gave you some links that you can use, or you can find information from other sources, okay? In this part activity, I won't focus so much on quotes. It's not necessary, but you can include the sources at the end, as I did here, okay? So do we have any questions? We will have, I think, 4 students in each group, 3 or 4 students. So it's important that everyone does a little bit for the activity, okay? Any question before I create the groups? Who is this? Okay, let me see. No question, guys. So remember, all right, let me create the groups then. And I will be checking in each group that you are completing the activity. Just a moment, please. For the first group is Elkin, Julian, and Yesid. I think Sylvia is connecting or restarting her computer, so I will add her to your group once she comes back, okay? The second group is Andres, Carlos, Jean-Claude, Mabeli. Group number 3 is Brian, Jose Alejandro, Lisette Liscano, and Lisette Tarazona, okay? All right, guys. So if you have any questions, you can call me to your breakout rooms or through WhatsApp, and I will answer there, all right? The report must be finished today.
Hi.
Hello, Silvia. You can go to your assigned group.
To do it in a slide or something like that.
To what, sorry?
We need to load this this document
document?
No,
in
we need
a folder.
to download and
Download
upload.
after
Create a
meeting.
copy.
Okay.
Create a copy and upload it.
Okay, teacher.
Okay.
Okay, guys, the first step drawing. Groups write a report on the history of call center.
Okay. The first paragraph.
Yes. Okay. What is the history of call center?
Well,
Any
we
idea
need
about this?
to do the introduction
Read.
first.
Okay.
Wait, I need to do the first paragraph. The emergence of call center. Yes, right. Or what? I don't understand.
Si quieres lo escribo. I'm gonna write the introduction, and if you want, you can work in a next part about the main body and conclusion. What do you think, guys?
Sorry, Andres, can you repeat, please?
I know. I just said that I was writing about the introduction of the.
General?
Yeah. Sorry?
In general.
Yeah.
Okay.
View the links or search about information, the emergence of call centers or coordination of call centers or digital transformation. This information is in at that links or on.
In the links that I put in the document, there are some of these parts, or you can find other information, okay?
Okay, teacher. Thank you.
Hi guys, are you working on the report together?
Yes, teacher.
Yeah, I'm doing the first part.
Okay, good.
Excuse me, we are working in a shared document in Drive or in OneDrive? Because I
In Drive.
am trying to see the document in the
Let me share again.
shared folder that they shared with us, but I don't found. I didn't found.
I
I
made the
didn't found.
drive and then we can download it and upload it and the document that teacher have shared.
Ah, okay.
or no?
Wait, okay, introduction.
Yes, I finished.
Okay, one moment, I am finish it. My part.
What parts? Sorry.
Number one, part of number
Paragraph.
one. Okay, one moment. Give me one.
Okay. Okay. What? Sorry.
Okay, sorry. Wait.
I hear you stutter. I don't know if it's my internet, but I couldn't hear you before. What did
Mm,
you say? Sorry.
sorry.
My
Can you repeat me
internet.
again, please, Silvia?
It's my internet.
Okay.
My internet
I can
is
hear you
not
very
working
well.
well, so I couldn't hear you. Okay, it's my internet. Sorry.
Hello, guys. Are you almost finished with the report?
Yes, teacher. I'm reading the report because I'm going to make the conclusion.
Okay, good. Hello, guys. Are you almost finished with the report?
Hello, teacher. Yes, in this moment the document is in the drive
Okay,
because I
excellent.
work online.
Right, let me check. We'll go to the main meeting, okay?
Okay, teacher.
All right, guys, I'm looking at the report that Carlos, Andres, Jan, and Mabeli wrote. And remember, well, the introduction is okay. You need to put the historical of call centers are reports. So remember what I showed you in the presentation, guys. Include the title and the subtitles as well. All right. So for example, do not write paragraph 2 or paragraph 3. You need to write the title. So emergence of call centers or the golden age of call centers. Okay. So you can correct that. Introduction, it's okay, but paragraph 1, 2, and 3, you need to change the subheadings, okay? I see also Lisette, Liscano, Jose, and Brian, and the others. So I will expect to see the report from Elkin, Julian, Silvia, and Yesid. Also the report for Natalia and the report for Lisette Tarazona as well. Okay? I will be checking them tomorrow, so be sure to upload them before tomorrow at noon. Okay?
Okay, teacher, thank you.
Thank you, guys. See you tomorrow. Be prepared for the
Teacher,
projects. Okay?
thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay,
Okay,
Bye,
bye-bye.
teacher.
Bye-bye, guys.